Taurus, what's going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. We're at the tail end of Cancer season. We're just coming off of a full moon in Capricorn. Pluto and Neptune are in retrograde, and this week Saturn and Mercury will go into retrograde. Whoop whoop. There's a lot going on, but thankfully the transits in the astrology are pretty calm, pretty quiet. A lot of what we're dealing with we kind of already know or have a handle on, so to speak. Anything new that pops up is things that we're kind of being prepared for, or whatever we've been transpiring through over the past little bit. Like, we have our grounding, we have our footing, and that full moon in Capricorn brought a lot of things to the surface. It's giving us new information with how to move forward. There is this level of feeling reinvigorated, like more confidence is what I'm picking up in the energy. Confidence around like what needs to be done. And it's not all comfy cozy. It's not, whatever. Some of it really does suck. But at the same time, there is a level of acceptance that is happening. And with the full moon, there actually came this really beautiful aspect in the astrology. It's called the magic triangle, which I love because it's so magical. And it's essentially a grand trine, which is in the shape of a triangle, but between Uranus, Pluto, and Neptune. Those are the outer planets connected to our spirituality, so to speak, whatever those higher morals, values are that we have. And it's really making us optimistic, hopeful about what is on the horizon. I.e., if we're doing the changes that we need to be doing, that there are going to be good results. That's also why I like to start off these readings with an energy cleansing. Just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out those places we're feeling blocked or limited. It's a really good opportunity to set your own intention for the reading as well, Taurus, especially if you've come in with something on your heart or mind, something you would really like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a really great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you're interested in more of a realignment of self, mind, body, soul. I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we are aligned in self, when we know who we are, what we want, when we're honoring, nourishing our heart, mind, soul, that's really where we manifest happiness, abundance, fulfillment from. Lives that we all deserve, right? And I would love to help support that in whatever way for you. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. Mama Love, Amen. All right, Taurus. Your energy feels like very anticipatory, like you're ready for the next thing. I don't know. I think there is you're taking some time apart, some steps back, because it does feel like, and maybe that's that anticipation that I'm picking up. It does feel like you're processing through things. You're really looking at the different layers, the different facets of whatever you've been dealing with and trying to make a level-headed practical decision. it's not even in your normal Taurus way. Like Taurus energy is very practical. It's very good at building strong foundations for self, but sometimes it can be a little rigid or hard-headed. No shade. I say that with love. That's like all earth energy. And quite frankly, we all have ways we can be that way, right? But this is about like, I'm hearing, okay, so like allowing yourself to receive some support, allowing yourself to see those places where maybe some of the deficits are overshadowing or not contributing to the whole, right? Places where when we're kind of like embarrassed or ashamed of certain aspects of ourselves or asking for help or whatever it may be, like things that like we actually need to give that to ourselves, right? Like we need to give ourselves that gift of allowing people to come in and to help and to support. But it's kind of hard. Like I think for some of you, you're really wrestling a lot. Neptune in your overarching energy, like this isn't just like, this is kind of like existential. It might not be a crisis, but this is like you wrestling with like your spiritual self. It might even be ideas, morals, values that you've believed or bought into for a long time, and that's being changed. It's being forced to, it's being challenged, and it's being forced to be changed within you. Because it does kind of look like you were trying a new approach to a problem, to a situation. And on some level, you felt confident in this approach, right? On some level, it was what made sense to you. It was what was in alignment or what seemed to be in alignment with you, right? But again, whatever has kind of shaken this dynamic up it's allowing you to see life in a different way. This Child of the Universe card, this is really about kind of like those things that we go through in life that really do change our perspective, our belief system, or they kind of shake that up, you know? Because it's like that value of like what seemed to be right on paper, like what seemed to kind of be the right choice, the right decision, the right way to handle someone or something. Looks like it kind of backfired, to be quite honest. And I think you're going through a releasing process. I feel like we've had that a lot in your readings over the past little bit, where there's a lot of back and forth energy, maybe giving someone a little too much grace, a little too long of a rope, so to speak. Maybe that's not a bad thing, but it feels like it's really forcing, like here's the thing, whatever is polarizing about this situation, like you can't really deny it anymore. And I think that it's more about, that's why very beginning I was picking up that energy. That's why it's important for you to take your time and process through this week. To me, the Neptune is all about supporting yourself more on that mental, emotional, spiritual front. Whether that looks like doing prayer, meditation, journaling, reading something that's inspirational to you, affirmations, whatever that is. It's more about you connecting with your spiritual side. The waning gibbous is all about, like I said, when we're more introspective, we're actually in the waning gibbous phase of the moon cycle this week. It's when we're more introspective, when we're evaluating what is working and what is not, so we can release, so we can let go. You're finding out more information. It looks like you're having courage this week to communicate. We have Queen of Wands energy, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius you could be dealing with. This is someone who it looks like you're re-collaborating with. Or you've had collaborations with this Queen of Wands energy. It looks like there's a difference of opinion. It looks like there's a different perspective, a different approach about, or different wants about how something should go. You're approaching it like, I just want the best for everyone involved. Like, look, there are some changes that need to be made, and they might not be easy, right? Full moon energy definitely kind of brings out the crazy in everybody. Because full moons amplify, they heighten emotions, they heighten feelings. So it looks like whatever this dynamic, there are a lot of feelings involved. Queen of Wands might not be having it this week because there is this level of like comfortability. Like I kind of get this vibe of like someone just being like a little bougie, like I can't be bothered to do that. Like everything in my life is good or whatever. And really, it's just because they don't want to put in the work or the effort. But actually, you're kind of seeing this through the lens, Taurus, of like long-term value, right? Like 10 of Pentacles is when we set up our legacy, when we set up our, like how we want the generations to follow us, to like remember us, or what we want to provide and establish for them. Whether that is financially, it doesn't have to be, but this is just more about like what you leave behind, right, to future generations. This is embodying like home and family and that value of like having it all, right? And here's the thing, whatever you're kind of looking at, Taurus, is like, it's the practical solution. It's the right solution. I don't even necessarily feel that you're being stubborn about it, but I think that at the same time, it might be a little bit of a change of pace. Queen of Wands isn't on board at first, but you are, obviously. Obviously, I don't know why that came out that you are. Like it kind of looks like, or maybe there's someone else that, a few more people show up. It's like putting a plan into action is what I'm hearing. Okay, there's another person. We got King of Swords. We got King of Pentacles. We got Knight of Swords. Someone's not feeling very confident about this. It looks like there is definitely a division of opinions and perspectives. Like it looks like initially this is a conversation between you and someone else. Like, hey, I want to do X, Y, and Z. Like I said, it doesn't really look like they're on board. There's that Queen of Swords. Gosh, so many people involved. And then as maybe this is 10 of Pentacles, it could involve family dynamics or group dynamics to whatever capacity. People that might feel like family, community, workspace, however it resonates with you. But there's a lot of different opinions, and it kind of looks like there is a divide is what I'm seeing, because half the people want to self-protect because they're not really sold on whatever it is you're trying to get them behind. But at the same time, it's like, it's in a way to help you balance out a little bit more, Taurus. Like it looks like you have a lot going on, and it looks like, I don't know, right now you're juggling a lot. There's a lot of unnecessary energy that you're expending, and you know that. And I feel like whatever you're trying to get these other people on board with, it's going to lessen the burden. And unfortunately, there's resistance, there's difference of opinions, but it also kind of goes back to this thing that like is also allowing you to evolve. Like this, to me, child of the universe, it is a level up. It is like when we tap into, what Ayurveda refers to as your Atma, your soul, your eternal self. It's like that steadfast being, not the superficial, not the primitive, not the like me energy. It's the energy of like recognizing that we're all one, we're all intertwined, and what we do to someone else, we do to ourselves, and vice versa. What we do to ourselves, we do to another, right? And I feel like this is about you kind of overcoming some of these big spiritual challenges. We could even see this as like the areas where life is really gray, right? And sometimes our opinions become too black and white. And in reality, like I feel like whatever you're choosing, whatever you're bringing to the table, is you choosing to live a little bit more in the gray, or have a little bit more empathy or understanding, or however that fares for you. Again, not everyone is on board with this, but this is your transformation, Taurus. This is about you. This isn't about everyone else involved. There are going to be people that have your back, are giving you a thumbs up. Yeah, I love this energy. Face your fear, overcome. And here's the thing, not everyone everyone has to believe it's right. If you feel it's right, that's what that Saturn and Neptune in Aries is all about right now. And when we are letting our fears overtake whether we're going to grow and evolve and become a better version of ourselves, well, essentially we're giving other people power. And it kind of reminds me of this Queen of Wands energy who like can't be bothered to do a thing, right? It's very apathetic, no shade to whoever this is. That's fine, right? But there's a reason you're feeling this. There's a reason that you're wanting to change the tide. And I feel like it looks like now is the time, or you're kind of building up, working up towards that. And trust it, trust the process, right? Things happen for a reason, even if, and this was a huge theme with our weekly reading as well as the full moon in Capricorn, even if it's not like we're getting the results tomorrow, it's the beginning of something that's moving towards something else, right? This wish fulfillment. And you do know that. I feel like that's kind of why you're sold on it. So I hope this helps, Taurus. Thank you so much for your time, energy always. I super appreciate you. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I'd love to hear, or say, hey, share in a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support that you've brought to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.